Hi guys, it's Ashley from Ashley's Paper Heart, and today I thought we could do another journal with me in my junk journal. I believe that this was one of the last prompts that I had filmed for Junk Journal July. Don't quote me on that. I think it is though. And I believe the prompt was paper clusters. So for this one, I did something a little bit different that I don't normally do when I'm working in my junk journal. I actually created some of the elements that I'm using on the spread separately, like not on the page. And then also I did it off camera. When I was doing it, it was kind of like late at night and I didn't really feel like turning the camera on. And I was like in my groove. And so, but I still wanted to use those elements on this page, even though I'm not doing it on camera for you guys to see. I am, however, working on a video currently on a tutorial on how to make paper clusters, and I'm trying to break it down into almost like a formula so that you guys have the tools to be able to successfully make paper clusters that look really good. And I'll try to explain different techniques and terminology like art and design kind of things that help you see things to put them in a composition that is pleasing to the eye. So keep an eye out for that video in the future. I'm kind of like bundling that underneath my scrap busting videos. I've got such good response from the masterboard tutorial that I did, and I want to continue down that road to show people maybe new ways or just interesting ways to use up the things that they already have in their stash, especially the paper scraps that as journalers we all kind of just like collect. At least I do. I collect them or I go to sleep and they multiply. I don't know which which one it is, but it's one of them. So something else that I really like about making these paper clusters like individually on their own is that when you are actually doing the journaling, they can speed up the process because you already have a lot of that layering down. So you may just need to add a few larger pieces onto the page and then add your paper scraps or your paper clusters, and then your page is done and it comes together super fast. So they're great for, when you want to like kind of move a little bit faster or you don't have a lot of time but you still want a really beautiful page, kind of like taking that time to do the work ahead of time so that you have elements ready to go to put on the page when you maybe are more pressed for time. So something that I did when I was creating these little paper clusters, I actually incorporated a little bit of fabric on some of them. I incorporated a little bit of lace on one. I think maybe some like torn up chiffon on another one. And I think that really for me, what makes them interesting is when you have all sorts of different textures, and whether you accomplish that via using just paper or mixing paper and stitching, which I also did on this, or paper and fabric, it all just like adds to that like tactile interest that I think us as junk journalers are really into. I know for me, one of the most fun parts is having like these almost like 3D elements on a page, things that we can touch and move and all that. It just really, I don't know, I like the interactive experience in a book like that. Being able to create those things in a junk journal or an art journal, I think it really like kind of brings out our inner child and it brings back the magic, at least for me, that like I had with pop-up books, and my kids like love that kind of stuff now. And so I think in a way we're bringing that back. We're playing, and there's no rule out there saying that you have to stop playing at a certain age. I think that's something that as we get older we kind of lose and forget. And I still think that even if you are an adult, like playing with your art supplies or playing with whatever that makes you happy is still a super important part of life that helps us be happier, healthier individuals. So as you'll see in the spread that I'm creating, when I'm gluing down the paper scraps, I have been using Fabrifix to do that. I believe Fabrifix is a silicone-based glue, and it is extremely strong, and I typically use that when I'm gluing down heavier objects or things that have a lot of layers to them. It just really adheres to the page better than a regular glue stick to me, and it's that extra security. I'm always paranoid about like things falling out of my journals or like peeling up. And typically, if I ever have any sort of like adhesive issues, it's usually with like the Elmer's glue stick. Um, but when I use the Fabrifix, I almost have no issues at all. And it also works great on fabric, as in the name says. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite glues. I know that us as journalers, we all go through glue like crazy. And I probably go through 2 to 3 glue sticks a week, at least of like the Elmer's glue style glue sticks. So yeah, Fabrifix works really well, and I don't have to use as much, so those bottles last me quite a long time. So now that I have everything glued down on the page, or at least I thought I did, I end up having to bring out another glue stick to just like make sure I got that one little piece. I know I am very paranoid about things coming up. Um, but yeah, I end up writing something on this tag, and honestly, I cannot remember for the life of me what I wrote on that. Probably a quote of some sort. So now that we're kind of wrapping up the video, I hope that you enjoyed watching me put together this spread. And if you like this video, please don't forget to comment, subscribe, share. It all helps my channel to grow, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.